Hi. Today's video is about significance and taking the risk on our own significance. It's interesting, I was thinking about doing this video subject today, and I've literally, like minutes ago, just come back from a funeral. Funnily enough, a funeral of somebody I'd never even met, but she was the wife of one of the guys that runs our local newsagents, and she got killed in a road traffic accident last week, and I went along to pay my respects because I know the guys in the newsagent. And there was 300 people at this funeral, and it was just so obvious the impact this woman had had on so many people's lives. A love of music, a love of poetry, a love of creativity and history, and I wonder if she knew just how significant she'd been. So I'm feeling quite kind of open and wanted to share this idea of significance, because certainly one of the kind of themes of my life is of times feeling quite insignificant, feeling like, well, what have I got to offer? You know, what do I matter? That's been one of my kind of core themes through my life that I've struggled with at times, and other times I've been okay with. And one of the poems that has helped me through in my tough times, I want to share with you in a minute, of when I felt very insignificant and that I don't matter, and you know, what would it matter if I was here or not, really? I think we can all relate to those kind of thoughts and feelings at times. And I came across this poem about 10 or 15 years ago by a woman called Donna Markova. I'll put her name at the end of this video. And the poem's called I Will Not Die an Unlived Life, and I'll read it to you now. She says, I will not die an unlived life. I will not live in fear of falling or of catching fire. I choose to inhabit my days, to allow my living to open me, making me less afraid and more accessible, to loosen my heart so that it becomes a wing, a torch, and a promise. This is the line I love. She says, I choose to risk my significance, to live so that that which comes to me as seed goes on to the next as blossom, and that which comes to me as blossom goes on as fruit. I just loved that. So I just wanted to convey this idea to you today, that I guess, you know, the reality for most of us is we are so much more significant than we think we are. I can tell myself a good story of how insignificant I am and how I don't make a difference and what's the point and all those things, which I'm sure you can relate to. And I'm sure, you know, that if we could each see the significance that we had in people's hearts and minds, we'd be blown away by it. So my encouragement to you today is to risk your significance, to take that step beyond how important you think you are to a greater level of your importance and significance and the impact that you can have, because you have no idea how significant you already are, and you have probably very little idea of how significant you can be.